think we're good. Yep. Okay, we're good. Hey everyone, welcome to this kind of late stream. I know a lot of people already did a lot of their reactions and whatnot to this show, but oh my god. I just couldn't help myself. So, just so people know, this was my first time watching Raw in a few months. I had taken a break from watching Raw because the writing was just so bad. And I think I'm going to have to take another one. I genuinely think I'm going to have to take another break because, wow. Today was just epitomized exactly why Raw is the worst wrestling show there is right now. And yeah, I'm not going to go over everything that happened in the show. Obviously, there were many things that went on. Obviously, there were many storylines that were being built. And there were some places where it was good. There were some places where it was bad. Let me start where it was bad. Because when it was bad, oh boy, was it bad. And of course, I'm mainly talking about the interaction that happened between Braun Strowman and Shane McMahon. Now, for those who don't know, Braun Strowman and Shane McMahon have been caught into a little bit of a battle, a little bit of a feud in the past few weeks. Braun Strowman has been belittled and called stupid by Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon has gone out there and made fun of Braun Strowman for being stupid and boneheaded and just muscle and nothing else. There's no a pea-sized brain. That's what he said over the past few weeks. They're obviously building Shane McMahon to be some sort of heel. After they took him off TV 3 years ago or whatever, or 2 years ago right now. They took him off TV 2 years ago and said he wouldn't be back until he came back. I don't know about anyone else, but I am kind of sick of seeing Shane McMahon being trotted out there for storylines over and over and over again. It just doesn't make sense. If we were promised that when Kevin Owens beat Shane McMahon, I believe it was in a ladder match, that Shane McMahon would never come back and he would quit wrestling. Why are we building up a feud between Shane McMahon and Braun Strowman? Now, look, the big thing is, look, I'll go over what happened in the show, because what happened in the show to Braun Strowman was just quite outright disrespectful. But I just want to touch on Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon is 51 years old. And I'm not saying, oh my God, AEW has old people wrestling all the time. Yeah, that's true. AEW does have some older wrestlers. AEW does have some older talent. But you don't see them completely burying other talent out there that are obviously bigger than them, that are obviously stronger than them, week in and week out. You don't see Tully Blanchard going out there and decimating Brian Cage. You don't see Tully Blanchard going out there by himself and holding his own against the likes of Lance Archer. That doesn't happen. And there's a reason why it doesn't happen. It's because it doesn't make sense. And that's the crux of this. It doesn't make sense. It's one thing if you want to make a feud with Shane McMahon as a manager, for a guy who you're going to put heat on, you're going to feud with Braun Strowman. That's a whole separate thing. If that's what they were doing, then I'd be fine with it, because it'd be building to something and they probably make a new star out of it. But that is not what happened. Instead, what we got was poopy. And let me just break down what happened tonight. So tonight, Shane McMahon and Braun Strowman were supposed to have a match. They were supposed to have a match live on Monday Night Raw. And instead, Shane McMahon started by picking up the mic, not going into the ring, picking up the mic, and then started talking crap to Braun Strowman. Now, it's fine. Okay, Shane's fine on a promo. It's whatever, but nothing special, right? He proceeds to call Braun stupid, which he's been doing for the past month now. He proceeds to play hopscotch on a little hopscotch thing that he's had set aside on the floor outside. Again, calling Braun stupid, saying, "Oh, this might help you count." And then he baits Braun Strowman in. Braun Strowman gets a few shots on Shane McMahon. But Shane McMahon obviously is the heel here. Needs to get some heat, right? So the 51-year-old Shane McMahon somehow subdues the monster among men, gets him up on the table, knocks him out, and does his little Shane McMahon elbow off the top rope onto the table. We've seen it. It's a cool spot, but it's not any more cool than it was in 2016 when he did it, or 2017, or 2018, or 2019. So Shane McMahon does his little spot. He's subdued. He's decimated. The monster among men. And then he proceeds to go out there and, under the ring, he picks up a bucket of slime. So Shane McMahon takes this bucket of slime and he pours it all over the monster among men. You've seen it in the pictures right here. There we go. He pours it all over Braun Strowman, embarrassing him, making him look like a fool. What is this? The Kids' Choice Awards? Like if this was the Kids' Choice Awards, it would be appropriate to be doing something like that. I've seen people get slimed there. I'd have never seen it happen on wrestling. I don't know why in a feud one person would slime another person if they have serious issues. Doesn't make sense. And look, what happened tonight, it not only made Braun Strowman look weak and stupid, it just made him look like less of a credible threat. And that's the big thing. Braun Strowman should be like an attraction. Braun Strowman should be, if we're being honest, he should probably be Brock Lesnar. But it's because of stuff like this that he's not. Braun Strowman in I think it was 2017, 2018, was the hottest thing in wrestling. He was the hottest built-up monster in wrestling, and he could have been the best monster ever. But like most things, WWE just didn't know what to do with him. So what happened was they had him wrestle with the Kid at WrestleMania 34. Or they did things like give him the Universal title and then have him drop it to Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns. They just don't know what to do with the guy. And it comes down to, one, not knowing what to do with him. Two, when they do use him, they always make the guy look weak. And you can't make a monster, a person who you're making out to be a monster, look weak. It's just basic logic. No one's going to want to root for that guy. No one's going to want to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to buy some Braun Strowman merch after he gets slimed by Shane McMahon, the 51-year-old on national television. Come on. This was a joke. This was a joke on Braun Strowman. This was a joke on fans. This was a joke on Shane McMahon. Like, let's be honest. Come on. Who would take Shane McMahon seriously at this point? Yes, it was fun in 2016 when he came back. It was fun to see. I liked seeing Shane McMahon. But come on, man. Too old for this shit. I'm sorry. Too old. The nepotism doesn't seem as isn't as well received, rather, as it used to be. And it's just them trotting out an old face because they don't know what to do with the many good faces they already have. And that's just what it's about. So, we'll see what happens. This is obviously leading to a match at WrestleMania that no one's going to really care about. Another 20-minute long match with Shane McMahon. Or it might not be that long. It might actually be 5 minutes. Either way, it's going to take valuable time away from people like Ricochet. Or people like Chad Gable. Or others that they don't know what to do with. that they could have put into a feud with Braun Strowman and had it at least accomplish something. That's the thing. What is this going to accomplish? You know, what is this going to accomplish? Is Braun Strowman going to get a rub out of this? No. Is Shane McMahon going to come out of this looking great? No. Nothing is going to be accomplished by this. So the big question to WWE is, why do you do it? Is it to get a pop on rating on Monday night? Is it to legitimately make who used to be one of your most over talents look stupid? Is it to insult the intelligence of your fans? Or is it just because you don't know what you're doing, you're bad at your job? The truth is probably a combination of all three. Anyway, that's my little Raw rant. That's my little Raw recap. Might do these in the future, but I also might not, because I might not be watching Raw, because this was really bad, guys. I now remember why I don't watch Raw. SmackDown's okay show. At least entertaining. Raw, never liked it. Just, oof. Especially right now, it's really bad, but we'll see. We'll see. A lot of stuff to be